we're going to talk today about a story from Finland about media literacy. And it's a good conversation. We cover some important things, I think. But the main point I want to make is, in terms of media literacy, do not depend on this show for
But do
news.
subscribe.
You should definitely watch it, but don't watch it for hard hitting journalism. Like, we are not journalists. It's not a news show.
Yeah.
We're just here screwing around, having fun. But it is a lot of fun. So watch the show. We'll talk about media literacy.
Sometimes we realize we get through the main bits quite quickly and then realize, well, that's about it. But yeah.
Or just completely gloss over it altogether.
Yeah.
That's true all the time. Anyway, tune in.
We've talked about technical like tech savvy, technical awareness. How did you always talk about this, John? What do you call it?
I mean, it's like technological literacy.
Literacy, that's the word I was looking for. Yes. So this story that we have queued up here is about teaching basically media literacy in Finland. An idea I think we are all fully on board with.
Yeah, this is so good.
Yeah, what is about Finland, man? They always come up with the best ideas and like manage to, what do you call it? Elect the best politicians and all sorts.
Yeah, Finland as a country, it's just like, I don't know, I think we should all strive to be a little bit Finnish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regarding this though, this is just, it's just like a lot of the Nordic, what'd you say?
Teaching kids how to spot misinformation. I mean, that's a life skill that will never be out of date.
Right. Yeah. And the cool thing about this is that I think the teacher said, I can't teach them to think like me, but I can show them the tools and the information to make up these opinions, to come to the same conclusion as me, potentially.
Yeah.
And
that was,
it's just such a mature take on teaching, where we usually see all over the world where you have state-run, state-created curriculums that you have to follow, and they're all so rife with corruption. Like, do you guys know about like the STAR exams?
No.
STAR testing? I forget what it stands for. It's like standardized tests. In California, I believe it's called STAR, and most states have this, and this is for funding. So let me tell you guys a story before we jump into this.
I'm just putting up random articles that talk about how effective it is when people are inoculated against misinformation. Educating people on what it looks like, what it sounds like, the goals of it absolutely works. It's doing exactly what this teacher is doing.
Sick.
Tell us a story, John.
Let me tell you a little story. So in high school, I lived in California at the time, and they have these STAR tests, and STAR tests are like standardized testing for the state to show that you're a good school so you get more money, basically, is the short version of it. And for any other test that we had to take as a grade, you did it in a classroom. But for some reason, the school they decided to do this test in the big library with round tables. So everyone sat in a circle taking their tests. Everyone cheated. Everybody cheated because there's something you didn't know that your friend did, and vice versa. Everyone cheated. They had one person watching over 200 kids, 300 kids. Of course you were cheating. They condoned it. They said, without saying, go cheat, make us some more money. This is the school system that's in place in America. Absurd. Insane. Of course, it was a public school, so because private schools don't need funding from the state.
This is the legacy of the No Child Left Behind program that tied federal funding of education directly to standardized test performance as the measure of whether the school was working or not. Every school in the country learned to just game the system.
Of course. So crazy to me. But now we have countries like Finland that are like, wait, we need to teach our kids actual life skills that translate to the 21st century.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's incredible. The thing I didn't quite get, and I did read this article, was like I
Sounds so
wouldn't know
defensive
how
about
to
that.
go about doing that. Yeah, well, it's I've
Seriously,
been
guys, I
accused
read it.
before of not fully reading articles, and
Put the
I
guns down.
want to
I
make
promise
sure
I
that
read the article.
yeah, yeah, I promise I did. I mean, I always do, but in this case, I really read it.
Yep,
Um,
yep, yep.
I wouldn't know how to teach those skills. I wouldn't know how to, I kind of have a built-in thing about misinformation because I think I'm fairly skeptical and I like to go out and find information, and it doesn't bother me to go and double check things a lot of the time. But I wouldn't know how to convince, how to make a kid want to do that kind of shit, because it's a bit annoying and boring to have to double check something every time if you're not into it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
is it just teaching kids to be paranoid and skeptical about everything that they read or hear?
but everyone says a
Um,
healthy dose. Everyone. Some people say a healthy dose of paranoia is healthy. That's why it's healthy.
or
Is
how
that what
much is a
it
healthy
takes
dose of
though?
paranoia?
Like one of the reasons
Yeah,
I left
it
Facebook,
is.
one of the reasons I left Facebook is because I got so sick of being the
Oh,
one to read other people's posts and think that
oh yeah,
can't be true. Within 10 seconds, finding proof that it's not true, which I then share
yeah.
back to no acknowledgement. Nobody cares. Didn't change anybody's
Nobody cares.
mind. They'll just post the next
That's what I'm.
lie. It doesn't even
So
take any curiosity. It just takes like a second of, could that maybe not be true?
Yeah, but could
one
you?
thing
That's what I'm saying. Could you teach? How would you teach those other people to do that?
I think what Finland's doing is something that. So I'm not Jewish by religion. I am Jewish
Mm.
by blood. But one thing in Judaism that they teach you, this is like a very central part of this religion, is to question and doubt things. And we've kind of forgotten to question and doubt. We just accept what is being
Is that,
thrown at us from the outlets.
yeah.
And we shame questioning. If I come to you and I say, "Hey, I don't know something that you think is obvious. I don't know what this is." You'll make fun of me. You'll bully me because I don't know something. Instead of answering the question, you'll be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you don't know that. How dumb can you be?" And I think that Finland is taking an approach of let's teach our kids to doubt and question things. Question the narrative that is being fed to them. This is fantastic. Like, this is so good. It's way deeper than is this fake news or not?
I mean, America's culture is to not question or doubt,
Yeah.
accept the spectacular story about American history, accept
Yep.
everything that you're told about religion, expect everything you're told about American exceptionalism, just take it at face value, don't question anything, pay your taxes and shut up.
And
And
if you
man,
dare
we have
question, and
yeah.
if you dare question or dare seek, be ridiculed.
Yeah, we have as a country swallowed that hook, line, and sinker for sure.
Yeah. And this was my experience at 14 years old. I was dumbfounded. I was shocked that I was being made fun of in school for asking something that I don't know what the first time was, but I remember very quickly to shut up. Don't ask. It's better not to ask. I didn't have Google, so I had to figure it out, in other means, library, whatever. Like, it's crazy actually to me.
Yeah.
Simple questions like, as an immigrant coming and asking as a 14-year-old, like, how many states are there? You don't know that, like, just being shamed for not knowing. It was a uniquely American thing. It didn't happen to me anywhere else where I grew up outside of the US.
Yeah, super, super important. Media literacy, tech literacy, get with the times.